Hi guys, good morning. How are you? Let's going to start with our class today. I hope that you stay fine and that you can join to the class. Espero que estén bien, que puedan unirse ya a la clase. It's glad for me have all of you here and I really was missing you and I hope that you get joined soon so I can take your assistance. Remember, we are starting with the class number 1 for the lesson number 4. We are almost finished our school year and I would like that you really can get joined to the class. Espero de verdad que puedan unirse a la clase y que puedan escribir su asistencia, como les decía. I'm waiting for all of you. So when you get joined, please. We are taking our first class from the 4th unit. Estamos ya tomando la primera clase de la 4ª unidad. So, write your name. I'm going to take your assistance. And then we are going to start. Okay, I have here to David. Hi, Rodrigo. Kimberly too. Alejandro. Alejandra. Okay, also I have to Diego. Hi guys, how are you? It's for me a big pleasure have all of you here and I really feel so glad to have you here again. Remember, we are taking our first class from the 4th unit. Estamos ya en la primera clase de la 4ª unidad, right? So, I'm glad to have all of you here. So let's going to start. And I would like to know if you have read or if you have watched your brochure yet. Me gustaría saber si ya vieron, si ya leyeron su folleto. As you can see, this week we are going to work in 2 vocabularies, 2 units, Unit 4 and 5 in our book. Si lo tienen, vamos entonces a trabajar en nuestro folleto o bien en su libro en las unidades 4 y 5, ¿ok? Recuerden que nuestro vocabulario lo tenemos también en nuestro libro y en nuestro folleto, ¿verdad? Okay, I have to Albino too. And Ceci. Hi guys, welcome. Let's going to start and first we are going to make a review of our first vocabulary. Vamos entonces a hacer un repaso de nuestro primer vocabulario. Do you remember that we were talking about future dreams? Or good, you can say, that we were talking about the jobs or the professions. The things that you want to be in the future, right? I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, I'm reading your messages. Oh, welcome, Danielle. How are you? Also, I have to... ¿Qué libro dice? Yes, we are working on the book of the student book, right? En el libro de estudiante, el que tiene las flashcards, el que tiene los discos. Remember that these flashcards we doesn't have on the book because we already have worked when we were at classes, right? Se recuerdan que estas sí las estuvimos trabajando cuando estuvimos en clase, entonces estas obviamente no las vamos a tener en nuestro libro. Okay, what do we have here? Vamos entonces a empezar. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? I'm going to show you the flashcard and you are going to write the name of the job or the thing that he wants to be in the future. And then I'm going to read the messages, right? Okay, it said an architect, that's correct, an architect. How do you spell architect? Vamos a ver entonces ahora que lo escriban bien, right? Architect, A-R-C-H-I-T-E-C-T, architect. Let's going to make it that's true. Vamos entonces a ver si es cierto. La primera en escribirlo fue, el primero en escribirlo fue Alejandro y luego Alejandra. Luego Ceci. Let's going to watch it. architect. A-R-C-H-I-T-E-C-T, architect. Si lo leemos como lo escribimos, ¿verdad? And Alejandro, okay, an architect. That's correct. He wants to be an architect, right? In the future, en el futuro, he wants to be an architect. Remember that when we use the word want to be, that express or that means something that you desire, something that you quieren hacer, como un deseo, right? So when we use want, in this case, want to be means quiero ser, right? In the future. If you say, I want to have, quiero tener, in the future. Or if you say, I want to do, that means too that in the future you want to do something or you want to realize something, right? Entonces, recuérdense que estamos hablando aquí del want to. En este caso, want to be, que significa quiero ser, right? I'm going to take more assistance. Hi, Iris. Welcome. It's a big pleasure have you here. Also, I have Carly. Muy bien, Carly. Welcome. And Benja. And Daniel says an architect. That's correct. So, I was explaining to you. Remember that this week I told you I'm one try, or I'm one will be talking about Spanish, right? We are not going to have a Spanish class. Just I'm going to try to have English class. So I was explaining to you that want to be means querer, right? But that express a future desire, right? In Spanish we say querer, but not about the meaning or the feeling, for someone else. It means that you want to do, you want to be, or you want to have something, and that's like a desire for you, right? So, he wants to be an architect. Él quiere ser un arquitecto. How do you pronounce it? Let's go into listen it. Remember, if you are using earphones like me, take care because the volume of the platform is so loud. And I don't want that you get an earache, right? Let's go into listen.
Architect.
Architect. Remember that this both or this together sounds like a k, right? Let's go into advance. What does she want to be? What does she want to be? What does she want to be? ¿Qué quiere ser? What does she want to be? She is thinking that in the future she is going to be, muy bien, Alejandra, a scientist. That's correct. How do you spell scientist? A scientist, says Alejandro, S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T, scientist. Let's go into watch it. Let's go into read scientist. That's correct. S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T, a scientist. Okay. Write a sentence using scientist. Vamos a escribir una oración utilizando scientist. How do you say it? She wants to be a scientist, right? She wants to be a scientist. That's correct. Let's go into listen the pronouns.
Scientist.
Scientist. Remember that you have make a force and scientist. Scientist. Okay, that's correct. Muy bien, David. That's correct. Let's go into advance. What is the next one? ¿Cuál es la siguiente? What does she want to be? ¿Qué es lo que ella quiere hacer? Remember, wants to be means something that you have like a desire and that you want to do in the future, right? It says he wants to be a scientist. That's correct. Él quiere ser un científico. What does she want to be here? Fashion designer. That's correct. Fashion designer. Muy bien, Kimberly. Muy bien, Alejandra. And the H is missing, it said. Okay, let's go into watch. How do you spell fashion designer? Fashion space. Remember that we say space when a word is formed by two words, right? I'm going to do it again. Fashion space designer. Fashion designer. What is the meaning of fashion designer in Spanish? Who knows?
Fashion designer.
Fashion designer. What is the meaning of fashion designer in Spanish? Oh, it says fashion designer, that's correct, fashion designer, good. She wants to be a fashion designer, that's correct. She wants to be a fashion designer. Diseñadora de modas, that's correct. Excellent, Alejandra, that's correct. Let's go into advance. The next one, she has a cat and she's thinking to listen the heart of a dog. What is this one? Or what does she want to be? Vet, that's correct. Vet. A vet, that's correct. She wants to be a vet. That's correct. How do you spell vet? B-E-T, right? Remember that we are going to also remember the ABC and the signal. She wants to be a vet. She wants, remember that when we use he, she, or it, we have to add the letter S at the end of the word wants, right? En este caso, como estamos utilizando el, ella y lo, debemos añadir la letra S al final de la palabra want, right? Para que cuente como la regla y esté escrito de manera correcta, ¿ok? She wants to be a vet. That's correct. How do you pronounce it?
Vet.
Vet. That's correct. So let's go into advance. Try to remember because then we are going to have the game and you have to make pairs. Next one. What does she want to be? She is taking a rest on books, but she's thinking with a microphone and a camera. What does she want to be? What does she want to be? Reporter, that's correct, Ceci. Reporter, that's correct. Reporter and reporter. All of you have said reporter. That's correct. How do you spell reporter? R-E-P-O-R-T-E-R. Reporter. She wants to be a reporter. That's correct. How do you pronounce? Let's go into listen.
Reporter.
Reporter. Remember that it doesn't sound like a T, reporter. It sounds like a R. Reporter, right? Reporter. She wants to be a reporter. That's correct. Excellent. Let's go into advance. What does he want to be in the future? ¿Qué quiere ser él en el futuro? He is thinking that he has something like to talk to a lot of people, and he has a brochure on his hand, something like when you say a start or action to the cameras or the movies. Okay, movie director, that's good. Carly, muy bien. Alejandra too. Ceci, Iris, movie director. Okay, how do you spell movie director now? Movie director. M-O-B-I-E space D-I-R-E-C-T-O-R. Movie director. That's correct. He wants to be a movie director. That's correct. How do you pronounce? Listen it.
Movie director.
Movie director or movie director, right?
Movie director.
Movie director, that's correct. So let's go into advance. What does he want to be now? Or what does he want to be in the future? ¿Qué quiere ser él en el futuro? Can you listen or can you watch it? Sorry. He has a piano, he has drums, he has a guitar and a microphone. Musician, that's correct. He wants to be musician. How do you pronounce it? Let's go into listen.
Musician.
Musician, that's correct. How do you spell musician? M-U-S-I-C-I-A-N, right? Musician. He wants to be a musician, that's correct. And the future, that's correct. He wants to be in the future, that's correct, a musician. Ok, congratulations, muy bien. Voy leyendo entonces sus mensajes y sus oraciones. He wants to be a musician. Muy bien, correcto. He wants to be musician in the future. That's correct. Remember that also we can express present tense now in with wants to be, right? I want to be a teacher, for example. Yo quiero ser una maestra, ¿verdad? When I want it, maybe now, maybe in the future. Okay, what does he want to be in the future? Look, there's a lot of stars, a new planet, and maybe he is on the moon. What do you think that he wants to be? Or that he wants to do in the future? Okay, astronaut, okay, that's correct. How do you spell astronaut? Let's go into read it. Astronaut. Okay, A-S-T-R-O-N-A-U-T. Astronaut. He wants to be an astronaut. Él quiere ser un astronauta in the future, right? In Spanish, that's the meaning of he wants to be. How do you spell it? Let's go into listen.
Astronaut.
Astronaut. I think that he doesn't want to sound. Okay, let's go into advance. And we already have a start. Architect. So, let's going to have the game. Vamos entonces a tener el juego. You are going to write numbers one by one and I'm going to say it. If you do the pair, all of you we are going to have a score, okay, or a point. If you do it in less than 20 clicks, okay, les doy 2 puntos si logran hacer el juego en menos de 20 clics en la parte de abajo, okay. Remember, we have here the pairs from this unit, the jobs. Tenemos entonces aquí los pares para esta unidad. Jobs, astronaut, what else? Musician, architect, scientist, vet, movie director, and fashion designer, right? So, tell me, you are going to write numbers and I'm going to read, right? Yo voy a ir leyendo y ustedes vayan diciéndome números, ¿ok? Pairs of numbers. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. I'm going to minimize my camera so you can see correctly the first one, that is number 1. This one is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Remember, you have to write the numbers in letters, not in number, right? Okay. Let's go into start. Alejandra said 1 and 7. That's not much. Albino says 1 and 6. That's not much too. And Alejandro said 7 and 10. That's not much. It is 3 and 9. 3 and 9. That's not much. And Carly, 7 and 11. 7, 11. That's not much. Alejandra said 1 and 7. 1, 7. That's not much. Kimberly said 7 and 6. 7 and
That.
6. Okay, that's correct. Muy bien, Kimberly. Danielle said 11 and 3. 11 and 3. That's not much. Alejandra said 1 and 6, but we already have used 6, so we can use 1. 6 and 7, we already have it. 1 and 6, we can use it. 10 and 3, 10 and 3, that's the match. Alejandro said 1 and 10.
Fashion designer.
Fashion designer, that's correct. Muy bien. Alejandro said 1 and 10. So, girls have a score and boys have a score too. Las chicas tienen 1 y los chicos tienen 1. Let's going to have Carly said 12 and 3. 12 and 3. That's the match. Edie said 1 and 10. That already is used by the guys. 10 and 3. We can use 10, so no podemos utilizar el 3 porque ya tenemos el 10. 3 and 5. It said Daniel. 3 and 5. That's the match. Alejandra said 1 and 10. 1 and 10 it's already used, so we can't. Alejandro said 11 and 8. 11, 8. That's the match. Albino said 3 and 8. 3 and 8. That's no match too. Ceci said 9 and 3. 9 and 3. That's no match. And Albino said 5 and 11. 5 and 11. That's no match. Daniel 3 and 8. That's no match. What's happening, guys? You are not paying attention? Okay, Alejandra said 12 and 5. 12 and 5.
Scientist.
That's correct. Congratulations, Alejandra. That scores goes for the girls. Las chicas llevan 2 and the guys just 1. Y los chicos solo 1. Okay, Carly said 9 and 11. That's no match. David said 2 and 3. 2 and 3. That's no match. Albino said 9 and 8. 9 and 8.
Architect.
That's correct. 9 and 8. That's correct. So that's the score goes for the guys. So we have the same scores. 2 and 2. Vamos entonces un empate 2 y 2. Vamos, Ceci say 11 and 12, but 12 is used, so we can't. Edie says 9 and 8. 9 and 8 is used, yeah. Alejandra said 12 and 5. We already have used it. Benja says 9 and 11. It's already used. David says 2 and 3. 2 and 3. That's the match. 11 and 2. To Kimberly.
Movie director.
That's correct. Movie director, 11 and 2. Muy bien. Entonces, este punto es para las chicas. Y obviously, the last one will be 3 and 4. You are saying 4 and 11, 2 and 3, 9 and 8, 4 and 11, 9 and 8, 11 and 4, 3, 11, 11, 2, 11, 3, 23 are 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Okay. The first one in right 3 and 4 was albino. 3 and
Astronaut.
4. Astronaut. That's correct. But I told you that I'm going to give you 2 extra points if you did it by less than 20 clicks, right? Si alcanzan a ver, entonces, hicimos 48 clicks. Alcanzamos a hacer 48 clics. Yo dije que 2 puntos extra, ¿verdad? Entonces, o sea, hubieran sido 4 puntos today. But just 2 because you did it in 48 clicks. Lo hicieron en 48 clics. Y teníamos que hacerlo just in 20, right? So, I don't know. Do you have questions about this vocabulary, guys? ¿Alguna pregunta o duda con este vocabulario? We have it here again. Let's going to try to repeat. A fashion designer, an astronaut, a scientist, a musician, a reporter, a movie director, a vet, and an architect. I don't know. Do you have questions with this vocabulary? I'm going to take my notes. Girls, 2, and boys, 2. Vamos entonces, ya les anoté. 2 puntos para las chicas, 2 para los chicos. No miss, no miss, no miss. Thanks. Okay. Thank you so much for all of you. Muchísimas gracias entonces para todos ustedes. Thank you for coming to today's class. Gracias por haber venido a la clase de hoy. On Wednesday, el miércoles, vamos a repasar nuestro siguiente vocabulario. And we are going to try to solve some exercise on our brochure, right? Don't forget, please, that on Friday, you have to get dressed to the class like the one that you want to be in the future, right? No se les olvide, por favor, que para el viernes deben vestirse como lo que les gustaría ser en el futuro. It can be one of these 8 that we have at class. Puede ser de una de las 8 profesiones que tenemos, o bien ustedes pueden buscar una nueva que también se acomode a el ejercicio que debemos o que tenemos que realizar, ¿ok? I don't know. Do you have questions about that? ¿Alguna pregunta o duda con respecto a eso? I will wait for your questions before finish the class today. So, thank you so much. I hope that we have a great last unit. De verdad, espero que podamos tener una muy buena última unidad. I feel so glad to all the effort that you have done. Me siento de verdad muy complacida y muy contenta por todo el esfuerzo que ustedes han hecho. I know that it's difficult to receive online classes, but you are making a big effort and you are doing great, right? Sé que es difícil, pero ustedes lo están haciendo excelente and you can, ya están dando su máximo esfuerzo, ¿ok? It said no questions? Okay, thank you so much. This will be everything for today. God bless you. I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.